Alright, what's going on everybody, it's Liam here, welcome to today's video on the channel, and in today's video we'll be talking about the best build for level 160 myth post-Mire, post-Shad update. Now, in case you don't know, if you're sleeping under a rock or something like that, Kingsaw made shadow rating actually work as intended. It fixed a bug, so you can actually outshad your opponent now, because before you used to have higher shad rating, but you would get outshaded, you know, half the time, so it just never really worked the stat, you know? And then the new Nightmare Gauntlet, we all know what that is, obviously. If you don't, check out my videos here on the channel about the Nightmare Gauntlet and the playthrough and how good the gear is. And yeah, without further ado, y'all, let's get right into this video. So, Myth. Basically the most broken school in the entire meta right now. I figured I would cover this next up in the series. By the way, let me know what you guys want to see next in the series. I was thinking fire or death next. Just let me know that down there in the comments below. And yeah, let's get right into the stats right away. So you have about 9.5k, which is a bit low for a myth, but it's honestly not a big deal since you're one-shotting people anyways. You are at the damage cap again. You know, Kingsaw game design, that's all I'll say. 70 universal resist. Now, you do get 2 shield pins with this setup, but I am missing the one I want. So, you're gonna want a balance pin and probably a death pin, maybe an ice pin. It depends what you struggle with, but death and balance are a lot more common in the meta, so I would be death and balance pinned right now. But really stupid damage with really crazy resist. Perfect accuracy. Our crit is a bit low, but again, doesn't really matter when we're one-shotting people. Pretty decent block. I have the Pierce of a freaking Storm Wizard. I have 83 pip conserve, which is pretty important on a myth. A little bit of shad rating. 14, not too shabby. Perfect pips, and pretty good arch mastery rating, all things considered. So what I am running to make this build work is the Aeon hat with a balance shield pin. You could run, you know, Void or the new hat if you want to. However, I think the Aeon hat is probably the best bang for your buck in my opinion. Then we have the Mythic Nightmare robe. I think this is the best robe for Myth, hands down. I did try the Nullity one. The Nullity one is pretty good. You could honestly make this work and rank up if you're a good player, probably. But for the most part, I think you're going to want the Nightmare Myth robe. Then I have the Void boots for Myth as well. Now, the Void boots in general are kind of ass for most schools, but for Myth, they're not too bad, you know? Because your base stats are so good, and obviously you get a lot of damage with a lot of resist, so these boots will always be worth it. But more importantly, you want that shield pin. That is why we are using this. Obviously, the Nightmare boots are just objectively better. However, you give up shad rating, and I think shad rating is pretty important. Even on a myth where you can one-shot people pretty easily, I think it's very important for everybody to at least have one piece of shad gear right now in this current meta. So definitely get these boots from raids if you can. You could, if you're not a raider, you could probably use Eternal, but the Eternal boots are kind of ass. Kingsaw hasn't made that template very good right now, unfortunately. But I'd say, you know, either run Nightmare or Void boots if you can, and have a death shield pin right here. I just don't have it, as you can see. I have an ice blocking pin, so yeah. Then we have the Aeon sword. You know, pretty standard for myth, right? A lot of P-serve, a lot of damage. Then we have the Aeon theme as well. Now, yes, I do have a free socket here. I have perfect accuracy and perfect pips. So you could socket like a dual myth blade like I have here on my Eternal theme if you would like to. You could also socket a bubble. Bubble's pretty good as well. I'd probably recommend going the route of a bubble, preferably. I just do not have it at the moment. Then I have the Mythic Nightmare Amulet. Pretty much just no other amulet is as good as this one. The Void previously was like the best, I think, but now this one is just objectively better, as you can see. So Nightmare Amulet all the way. Aeon Ring, obviously not really a contender. The pet I'm running would not be this. It would be these talents, but on this body right here. I don't have Mighty socketed yet, so that's just keep that in mind. The numbers would be the same as the pet on the right here, but I want it on the body of the dragon or the moose to get the 3 fuel cards. So you're gonna want the Mythic Null Dragon or the Maple Moose for those fuels. They're still S tier, still really good right now in the meta, spammed pretty often with these talents on the Gloomy Goatling. Then for a mount, you're going to want the Clockwork Courser or a Myth Gulcher. If you do have a Myth Gulcher, actually with this build, you could probably swap out Dreamscape with him for Eternal, get a bit more health and block, and then throw on a Myth Gulcher here if you have it to kind of boost up your damage a bit more towards 180 if you can. That would probably be pretty helpful and beneficial to you as a player, I would say. And the deck I'm running is the Mythic Void cards. Now, this is the level 150 version, not the 160, because the 150 version gives an item card fuel, which is extremely good for Myth, because now, as you can see in my deck here, actually let me put on the right pet real quick. I have 4 item card fuels, right? That's like Chopstack Fire, but on a Myth, and they're item cards. So it's really, really freaking good to combo this together because you can just set up a Scion so fast and like one-shot your opponent with a couple of these. It is pretty cool. And obviously you're going to want that Pip Conserve on the deck as well, which is the huge benefiting factor here. If you do not have the Void cards, that is absolutely okay. I would recommend crafting the Eternal deck over here in Novus if you can. So simply just get your Aeon deck, right? And then go here, Dreamscape Aeon, Eternal deck, sorry. And then just craft this one. It's like the exact same thing as the Void cards, as you can see right here on screen. Let me pull that up. It's actually a bit better, you know? You get like 25 more block, which is a lot, and you get like 10 more health. So it's pretty solid, and you do get a square slot, so it's not bad, but you give up that item card fuel to stack and do more damage and pull more reliably, which is why I think the Void cards are better. Holy cow, I'm yawning. I need coffee. Holy cow, boys. But yeah, Myth stats right now are absolutely Myth stats right now are just absolutely nuts in the meta, guys. Like, I can't express it enough. I've been enjoying playing the Myth, probably because it is broken right now in the meta. But that's besides the point, right? Been having a good time on him. Gonna be seeing if I can get him up to Marshal. Maybe I would go for Warlord this season, but I don't really want to because all the Myths are same school awarded because it gets only Myth, Balance, and like Death and Q and Life. They're all same school awarded. So I've just like been playing better, like taking 4 buff Dialgas versus 2, but losing because they're warded. So I think I could get Warlord, but not right now with all the same school word cheese going on, you know? But yeah, I will see y'all on the next one. Again, let me know what you guys want to see next. I'm thinking fire or death next down there in the comments, guys. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. And as always, take care, y'all.